Hello and welcome to DervDerp and Friends Reviews.
Yo,
I'm DervDerp.
I'm Skinner.
Today we're reviewing The Boys Season 4, Episode 1. And there
We
will
just
be spoilers.
spoiler alert. We just watched it. It came out like two or three in the morning, or whatever. And
We are not early morning owls.
yeah, I mean, I could have stayed up late to watch it, but screw that. I'd rather sleep. Um, but yeah, episode
1.
one. What usually they start with something like big. They
Like
didn't
a
really do
big
that.
death.
Which is fine, I guess. Maybe they're building towards something else, as long as they're not making it lame and gay. Hey,
Back to that in a little bit.
yeah, right. So it kind of, I mean, there were, man, Onizuka's a little easier to remember. Maybe because I wrote notes.
And there's a more, and it's shorter episodes.
Basically,
It starts out with
it's like Homelander versus
Starlight.
and that whole back and forth. I didn't really watch season 3 again before watching this, so I'm kind of like, oh, okay.
It starts out with a Victoria Newman rally, presidential rally, where the boys try to infiltrate and try to get rid of Newman.
Yep. So Frenchie uses his some kind of acid or whatever, and they're saying you can all go in there except for Butcher because he's gonna mess it up. And it's clear and evident that the the what's that, the V that he took,
Tempy.
Temp V, is messing with him because
Hallucinating, throwing up.
Yeah, he was talking to someone. They're like, "Who are you talking to?" He's like, "No one." He just starts gaslighting him. Like, I'm not talking to anyone. And so we found out that their mission is to try to switch out eye drops, um, and that kind of gets found out by
Newman's daughter, who, as we saw in last season, is now Soup.
Yep, took some Compound V and has like tendrils coming out of her mouth. I don't even know what kind of monster alien thing that is, but when you're eating the faces of people to kill them.
FBI people.
No, they were CIA.
CIA.
Because now Homelander and that whole crew is working for the CIA, to try to get rid of
Newman,
because they now know that she's the person that explodes heads. And so that kind of, we find out that fails. That she's very immune to even
gunshots to the head.
And she sees Huey, and they're like, "Oh, hey."
Turns out she knew the whole time that what Huey was trying to do the whole time.
Yeah, it's like spying on her. Or no, because he legit like was wanted to leave the boys, and then I think she found out that he was with the boys at one point or whatever, and then he rejoined.
And she knows that he had superpowers at one point.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, because he took the 10th V as well. Yeah. That's right.
She mentioned teleporting.
Oh, right, yeah. See, I didn't watch season 3 again, so I don't remember. That's okay.
Yeah, he had the ability to teleport everything but his clothes.
Yeah, he was very naked at the giant orgy, the Herogasm thing. That was very wonderful. I remember he even got Like, hey, some guy came up to me like, hey, you wanted to do stuff? He's like, I just had a bunch of stuff in my butt, so maybe later. Um, I remember that. Yeah, but this episode, we get introduced to Negan, or I don't even know his
I
name.
don't think they really said.
They said his name
Yeah, it was very.
very quick,
Yeah,
but they had
let's
a quick
see.
run in with the butcher and Negan.
Jeffrey
And
Dean Morgan.
yeah, they know who Negan is. Um, and
And
if you don't know, then you need to watch The Walking Dead.
it
Um,
turns out that they're old war buddies, and they've gone through some shit together.
yep. So they know each other, and they're talking about kind
Uh,
of what's going on with Singer and stuff. They were talking like really fast, really.
Joe Kessler is his character name,
Joe Kessler,
or Monkey,
Joe Monkey Kessler. Um, and so
and
he's in there, and
offers him a job or a part of his own group.
he's Butcher denies because he's going after Homelander, like always. And then it cuts to like Homelander getting gray hairs and him having basically a midlife crisis, and he goes to this uh, Victoria Newland
Newman.
event or new yeah, I think that's my mom's soap talking. Um, new and he brings his son there, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing here? You shouldn't be fucking here." And so the son, and the daughter go find ice cream, and then Butcher finds them and is like, "Hey, you need to leave Homelander." Blah blah blah, and he said some things like during the fight with what's his name, Soldier
Soldier
Boy.
Boy.
Soldier Boy. At the end of last season 3, excuse me, and it was kind of like it was like, okay, hey, make another appeal to you need to leave him. I need to protect you. He's a psychopath. Of course, Homelander can hear this, so he comes in. He's like, hey, get away from my son, you damn dirty ape.
And
And
mentions his cancer or Butcher's cancer,
yep, he can see the thing in his brain, the
the tumor
yeah, the tumor in his brain. Um,
caused by the temp V.
yep, and then there's some other shenanigans. There's like MM's ex-wife wants him to find
Her
her
ex,
ex, which is the pasty beta white guy
that was
who
a
loves
huge
Homelander.
Homelander fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so they follow him around, and turns out that he's meeting with some people, and one of them is
First of all, we should cover, before we get to that, we are introduced to the new Black Noir,
yeah, Black Noir died last time, but now he's back for whatever reason.
who can apparently now talk.
Yeah, so we don't know anything about that.
And then
He's surrounded by idiots, and he wants the deep to
suck off A-Train.
yeah, and he's about to do it, and he's just like, I'm surrounded by idiots. So they're looking for a couple new members for the Seven, and they're going through
Total of three, because they had three openings.
was it 3? I thought it was 2.
Because Maeve, Starlight, because there's only four of them
Oh, I thought it was 2,
currently.
but
There's a
whatever.
Homelander, Black Noir, Deep, A-Train. So they're missing three.
Okay. So they're going off the list of different characters. They're like, oh, who's this black lady and Sister Sage? I think it
Yeah.
was. And it's like, oh, A Train knew her,
Back
and
in his teenage kick days.
and he wanted to. Uh,
Wanted to steer away from recruiting her.
Yeah. Um, but then since no everybody's just yes manning him, he finds his Homelander finds his own path, kind of in that direction. Anyways,
And
uh,
goes to meet her and essentially recruits her after her proving that she is one of the smartest people in the world.
yep. And then um, Homelander views himself as above everyone else, above the humans, and he wants to purge the planet, obviously, because he didn't have a mommy or daddy.
He wants to essentially become the next Caesar.
Yeah, that's what we get. And then she runs a plan, and so she, as MM is following her
Todd.
wife's ex, Todd, um, there's like this little meetup, and finds out they're gonna meet Homelander, and Homelander is like, "Thank you for your sacrifice," and he has the Deep and A Train and Noir beat up um, all these
Beat
three
them to death.
people with bats,
Would
and we hear Noir speak, and
say,
that's
what the
really
fuck's
weird.
going on?
Yeah, it was really weird. I was very surprised. I was like, "Is that A Train saying that?" But it didn't sound like A Train.
And it showed Noir's mouthpiece move. And
Yeah.
like he was gesturing like he was saying it.
Oh, I was looking at A Train when that happened because I was like, "Is that A Train saying that?" Because I know Black Noir can't talk. Um. Anyways, um. Also, we find that Starlight can fly a little bit now. Um. And that we also uh we also find out that what's her name? The girl, the mute. What's her name?
Sister Sage?
No, the mute.
Kimiko.
Kimiko. She can regenerate an arm, and I didn't know
Is
that.
back with
Basically,
Newman's daughter when they were attacked. She ripped off Kimiko's arm
yep. And then Kimiko can grow back like
within
Deadpool.
just a few seconds.
Yeah.
And then they jump out a window.
And then Starlight catches Frenchie, but Kimiko lands on the ground, and then revives and puts her face back on. I just hope this next season isn't lame and gay. Anyways, speaking of lame and gay, Frenchie is now bisexual, even though it was clear that he was not before. They just kind of added this for whatever reason. I mean, I don't have it's
I don't have an issue
I
with
don't have an
it,
issue
but
with it, but like
just yeah,
character wise, just introducing this like out of like
4 seasons
off
in.
screen just doesn't feel like that's what Frenchie is. Um, it's just like, oh, you can't have Kimiko, but you can have this random guy that we don't even know who you are. Um, I just hope they're not doing the Kathleen Kennedy thing. I'm making it lame and gay, um, just for the sake of, oh, we have more LGBTQ people in there. Um, as long as it doesn't take away from
His
Frenchie's
character.
character, then who cares? But if it does, then and that's the identity of Frenchie now. If the identity is only I'm bisexual now, then that's dumb. At least in my opinion. And I'm not afraid to say that.
I'm not. It's nothing that would turn me away from the show.
Um,
'Cause I may have an opinion about it, but it's not that strong of an opinion.
yeah, I mean, it all depends on how the rest of the season works out because Frenchie is
One of the best
amazing.
characters.
Yeah, he's amazing for his inventions and his ways of getting at soups and stuff like that. Um, but if you focus only on his sexuality part, then that's taken away from his character. Um, anyways, so
One thing we did, this was a while ago, that Dakota Bob is also a part of helping the boys get rid of Victoria Newman, the
Is
guy
he the
that's running
person?
for president.
Oh, okay. Is he the opponent of that?
No, he's the guy running with Victoria.
Oh, okay. Got it. Makes sense. Anyways,
And funny how that actor continuously played his character's name Bob or Bobby, because he was Bobby Senior in Supernatural.
oh, okay. Well,
One of my favorite
makes
characters.
him two for two. Um,
It is.
anyways, I'm trying to think of what else happened. There wasn't a
Uh,
whole lot. I mean, it was Huey's dad has a stroke. Um, he he ignored a call and Huey's like upset. We went over MM, went over Frenchie and Kimiko. Starlight is
there's
trying to. What was she trying? It was like some help
trying to,
center,
yeah,
but
help
with
center
her, not her superhero name, with her regular name.
Annie January.
Yeah. Um, and they're like struggling. They're like, oh, we need to use Starlight's name, blah blah blah.
Essentially, it's a help center that they're trying to help people that have had issues with soups, and also trying to topple Homelander, because they're the main group that's going to court with him.
Yeah. So like, I think they did this on the recap, but some protester threw a bottle at Homelander's son, and Homelander killed him, and everybody started cheering. And so he was on trial for that, and he was found not guilty. And then they,
Then it shows a rally right outside the courtroom, where this is the final
the
scene.
two, yeah, the two opposite sides, and then the,
Sister Sage
yeah,
comes and throws a can,
which is a total FBI move. Like you incite violence when nobody else is doing any such thing.
throws a
To make
can at the
to
other
make your
side,
to make your side
causing
look bad.
a riot.
Yeah, so they're attacking each other, and then the three quote unquote volunteers who got to meet Homelander.
Martyrs is
Um,
what Homelander called them.
yeah, martyrs were put on the ground, even though none of Starlight's people did anything. But there was some uh, Homelander protesters who beat up one of the main Starlight representatives. I don't know her name, but they were calling for a
It's
medic and stuff like that.
it said it like very briefly. His name, her name. I think it was like Kendra or something.
Unimportant. Anyway, so she's in the hospital, and then Huey's mom shows up or something.
Yep.
I didn't know he. I thought she was dead or something like that, or I guess she just left. I don't know. But yeah, I'd say it's
And Huey has a goal to completely listen to his dad. That's when his mom, because his whole issue is his dad would call and after reading a James Patterson book and just tell him all about it. That's why he had such a hard time with his dad in the hospital, because that's what his dad was calling to do right before the stroke.
yep. And then Butcher and Newland had some kind of deal. It was very, it was like kind of unclear what was
I
happening
believe
because
it
they
was
talked really fast.
he. She was asking Butcher for all the information that Huey has on her, and and her part is that he'd get him to Homelander, get him another chance at Homelander.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. But then he took a picture of his asshole,
That's
which is really
the
gross.
very last scene.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it was just an okay episode. Nothing really popped at all. I mean, if it's building towards something, that's one thing. But if it's um, there wasn't a whole lot of action in it, um, which is, I mean, which is okay. Like you can have some episodes that are building just story, but this for an opening episode, it was kind of like one of the weakest out of all the seasons because they usually go for something big for the first episode.
Like first episode, or at least big first kill. Like first episode, first season was Robin getting run in by Adrian. Second season, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Third season was Termite exploding the guy's dick.
Yeah, but there was no like huge death scene. It this was like an episode like that should have been like in the middle of the season or something like that. Um, but we'll see how the other ones go. Remember the Kathleen Kennedy slogan: "Make it lame and gay." Please don't do that. Please don't. All right, cool. I think that's it.
Yep.
Episode 2 will be
Later tonight,
yep, and then episode 3 will be tomorrow.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay, cool.
And please like and subscribe. Comment anything you want us to watch. I want to go through our spiel of what we're going to do next, because I already did that once this week.
Yep. Well, um, yeah. Anyways, I'm Skeeter, and that's
DervDerp.
and yeah. See you next time.